Yes. Okay, fine. So now coming to again, what is data transmission? So data transmission means what? From the sender to the receiver, we are sending the signals. What is a signal? So whatever the data we are transmitting, that must be converted into the format that we is going to travel along with the carrier signal and reach at the destination. At the destination, what it has to do, it has to convert back the signal to the actual data format. Okay, so that we have seen in the first unit itself, and we have also seen the different models like TCP/IP reference model, OSI reference model, and different transmission media. Transmission media means how do we transmit, on which we have to transmit. Like we are going to use the wireless transmission media or wired transmission media. Wired transmission media in the sense cables, wireless transmission media in the sense the radio waves or infrared waves. So different air waves we are going to use. Okay, so when we are going for the wired signals, in the wires we have different types of cables are available. Okay, twisted pair cables, coaxial cables, fiber optic cables. So all different types of transmission media we have gone through. Okay, now coming to this transmission, communication transmission. So we are going to have again two categories: asynchronous and synchronous transmission. So what do you mean by asynchronous transmission? What is synchronous transmission? And when we are transmitting the data, we may find out some number of problems, difficulties, that is called errors. So what are the different types of errors we are going to face, and how do we perform error detection and connection? So all those we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, that is the second unit. So now, are you able to see my screen? Yeah, do respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So now, when you are transmitting the signal, so the signal, each signal may consist of either one bit or less than one bit or more than one bit. So there may be chances of what transmitting of less than one bit data or one bit data or more than one bit data also. But for simplicity, for transmission is we are going to consider it as what? One bit per signaling element. That is, one signal means one bit. Okay, so either maybe it may be high signal or low signal, so that is representing what? One bit element. So in that way we are considering. Okay, and then whatever all the proceedings we are going to see in this chapter, we are considering it as what? One signal means one bit representation. Okay, so when you are transmitting number of bits, so number of signals will be transmitted. Okay, now here coming to these transmissions, when we are transmitting, so how we are going to deal when the transmitter is transmitting the number of signals, that is number of bits it is transmitting. At the receiver, it has to receive the data and it has to divide them into sampling. Okay, it involves sampling. That means what? Incoming signal, it has to divide into number of signals, and each signal is representing, each signaling element is representing what? One bit. So according to that bit, the binary values it is going to convert. Okay, so and whatever, if I am considering low as 0 and high as 1, so low signal if I am receiving, I'll take it as what? 0. High signal if I am receiving, I'll take it as 1. So in that way, zeros and ones it is going to determine, and then it is going to convert into actual data. Okay, but the problem here is when we are transmitting the signals, there may be chance of what? The transmission impairments. Already we discussed this topic in the last unit, that is like attenuation, delay or noise. So because of these, we may be finding out the difference in the signals. When I am getting the difference in the signals, that is what error may occur. So because of error. So that means whatever actually the transmitter wants to transmit, the receiver may not receive. So incorrect data may be delivered. So why this will happen? It is mainly happened because of timing difficulty. Okay, that is when the sender is transmitting, at the same time the receiver has to receive. If he is unable to receive, so there may be chance of what? Delay. So delay is leading to what? Error. Okay, delay in the time also leads to error. Noise in the signal also leads to error. Okay, so that is what here timing difficulty will also leads to what? The reception error. Okay, so how do we manage this timing difficulty? Okay, so for managing these, we have two transmission types. One is asynchronous transmission and the second one is synchronous transmission. Okay, so we are going to achieve the timing differences by taking what? Two different types of transmission techniques. One is asynchronous and the second one is synchronous. Okay, so what is asynchronous transmission? Okay, so today we are going to complete these two, asynchronous and synchronous transmissions. So what is this asynchronous transmission? Here asynchronous transmission, in the sense we are not going to send the continuous signals. Okay, instead of sending the long uninterrupted stream of bits, we are going to transmit at character by character. Okay, so generally what happens, the data means you'll be having zeros and ones. So these zeros and ones have to be converted into the signals, and those signals have to be transmitted to the receiver. But if we are transmitting long signals, so long zeros and ones, if it is receiving, if there is a problem with the transmission impairments, a noise or a delay or attenuation, because of these problems, if it is receiving incorrect data, so it will not be able to identify the error. So the receiver may receive the incorrect data. So to avoid that one, so what the thing is, we are going to take the data, we consider some bits as a characters. Okay, so generally what we'll take 8 bits as a character. So we can take what 8 bits or 5 bits as a character, and that character by character we are going to transmit. Instead of sending all the characters at a time, what we are doing, we are dividing the signals into what? Character by character, and we maintain a gap. Okay, so that may be a timing gap, or that may be including some additional bit. So whatever maybe we can do, so we are doing what? We are transmitting character by character. Once the character is received at the receiver, it will retrieve the character, all 8 characters, because sorry, all 8 bits. 8 bits represent one character, so it is receiving what? 8 bits and converting into the character, and next 8 bits next character, next 8 bits next character. So like this it is going to take the character by character. Okay, so how? So you can see this particular diagram. So in this one it is easily represented. So first, the ideal state. Okay, do remember here, ideal state will represent with 1. Okay, ideal state will represent with 1. So first, ideal state means what? Nothing is transmitted. Okay, so that is representing 1. Okay, and then we are making one start bit and one stop bit. So start bit indicates what? The character is now started. Okay, so to indicate the start bit we are going to take it as 0. Okay, ideal means 1 and it has to be followed by 0. So after 1, when it is starting with 0, so it will consider it as what? It is the start of the character. Okay, then if I am transmitting 8 bits of data, so 8 characters will be taken and some additional parity bits if we are including. So that parity, why we are going to use the parity bits? To check the error in the received character. Okay, so the common thing we are going to use is what? Parity. So once all these 8 bits are completed, then we are going to include one stop element. Stop element and idle both will be what representing the value as 1. Okay. So start bit, stop bit. Start and stop. That means what? Here the character is starting. So the next elements, next bits, whatever 8 bits we are receiving. So that is representing one character. And then it is ended with what? A stop element. Okay, it is ended with a stop element. So when it is receiving the stop element, that means what? These are 8 characters are representing 8 bits are representing one character. So this character will be converted into the required text character. Okay, so it is received in what? Bits. So that will be checked with the error, and if there is no error, that will be taken and one character is received. So after the stop element, and again it will be what? Idle state. Okay, so then after that again next character will be started. Okay, so that is how it is going to do. So now you can see here one simple example of 8-bit characters. So here the 8 bits are what? 1101 triple 001. So this is what? The characters. So these are this is what the 8-bit character. So these are the bits, 8 bits representing one character. So how it will be transmitted? First idle. Idle means what? It will be at 1. Okay. Then start bit. Start bit is what? 0. So here low is what? 1 and high is representing 0. Okay. So here coming to the idle state, then start bit. So once the start bit is detected, so next 8 characters, next 8 bits are representing one character. So once these 8 bits 1101 triple 001 are completed, so we'll be having what? Stop element. Stop element will be what? Again 1 itself. So after this 8 bits, it will be taken as what? Stop element. So then after some gap, again gap in the sense what? Idle state. So it will be what? Continuously 1. So then later on again we are going to start with what? Stop bit. Start bit. Start bit is again 0. Then the bit characters. So here 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 00. So these are what? 8 bits of the character. Then again stop element. So like this we are going to have what? The idle state, start bit, the character bits, then followed by idle state, again start bit, 8 bits characters, then stop element, then idle, then again like this it will be followed. Okay, so this is how the asynchronous transmission will be performed. But there may be chances of the errors in the asynchronous transmission. How? That is what? When you are transmitting, so I'll show you. When you are, this is what? Whatever I discussed, that is ideal state, start bit, 8 bit character 8 bits, and then parity bit and stop element. So that is what I have discussed. Then so there is a chance of error in the asynchronous transmission. So what kind of errors you can have in the asynchronous transmission? There are two types of errors maybe occurring in this asynchronous transmission. One is sample bit is incorrectly received. Okay, so Are you getting my voice? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Now.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Right. So here there are two types of errors possible in asynchronous transmission. One is sampled bit is incorrectly received. That is the last sample bit is incorrectly received, or the bit count may be out of alignment. Now see, in the previous diagram, you can see here. So the last one. Okay. So here what we are doing, we are starting transmission timing and receiver timing. So when the transmitter has to transmit and when the receiver has to receive. So here what happening, the transmission timing is somewhat delayed, but receiver timing is somewhat ahead. Okay, actually 50 is the transmission timing in the microseconds. Okay, but here what happens, the receiver is receiving, trying to receive at 47 microseconds itself. So because of this, what is happening at the end, you can see here, before the last bit has to be retrieved at what, 850 microseconds, but it is receiving at what, 799 itself. So when it is receiving here itself, if the 8th bit is also equals to 1, okay, there may be chance of what, the bit may be equals to 0 or 1, but stop element is what, actually it is 1 itself. If it is taken as what, 1 itself, then what happens, the character will be taken up to here only. Okay, if it is taking up to here only, there is what, sampling is incorrect. So it is trying to retrieve ahead. Okay, but the delay is there, but it is trying to receive ahead. So there may be chance of what, error in this sampling also, or else the count. So the count may be a problem. Okay, so if the 7th bit is 1 and 8th bit is 0. Okay, so bit 8 could be mistakenly taken as what, again the start bit. So that means if the 7th bit is taken as 1, okay, and 8th bit is 0, so 1 means we are taking as what, stop bit, 0 means we are taking as what, start bit. So whenever 1 followed by 0 if I am occurring, so we are considering it as what, the ideal state followed by start bit. So start bit is 0, ideal state is 1, or stop bit is also 1. So we may think as 1 followed by 0, that indicates it is the next character. So that means if I am mistakenly taken that 1 followed by 0, 7th and 8th bit, if it is 1 and 0, that can be taken as what, next part. Okay, next character. So this is considered as the framing error. So why? Because the start and stop will indicate the frame, as a frame, the character frame. So that is what, the character is starting from here and ending here. Okay, here what is happening, as the 7th and 8th bit may be having what, the same values as idle and start bit, or stop and start bit. Okay, that may indicate it is the next character. So because of that, there is a error. So that kind of errors is also called what, framing error. So these type of problems may occur in the asynchronous transmission. And also there is a overhead. Okay, so the disadvantage of the asynchronous transmission is what, so we are taking the additional bits. Yes or no, we are taking, for each character we are taking additional bits, one stop bit, one start bit, and one ideal state or some parity bit. So 3 additional bits we are going to consider. So that is taken as what, overhead. Okay, so generally this overhead is of what, 20%. For each character it will be what, 20%. Okay, why? Because if I am not considering the parity also, I require 2 additional bits. Okay, one is start bit and another one is stop bit. So this is what leading to overhead. For each character transmission I require to add additional bits. So that is what overhead in the asynchronous transmission. So as there is a problem with the synchronous transmission, generally what we do, we we see for the alternative. So what is the alternative? That is what? The synchronous transmission. Okay, the synchronous transmission. So asynchronous transmission, we are transmitting character by character. Okay, one after that another character. But coming to synchronous transmission, we transmit the number of characters, some block of characters together. Okay, we are transmitting in terms of what? Block of characters. Okay, like block of bits, not like one character is 8 bits, 8 bits after that we are stopping, not like that. Here what we are doing, we are transmitting some block of characters, some block of bits will be transmitted at the time. Okay, so for this, in that synchronous transmission, to maintain, we are going to have some clocks. Okay, we need to maintain the clocks for synchronization. Okay, so one possibility is what? We use the separate clocks between the sender and the receiver. So this is the starting time and this is the ending time we are mentioning. The receiver also should have what? The synchronized clock along with the sender. So one has to identify. So when it has to receive, when it has to when it is to start the number of bits to receive, and when it has to stop. Okay, so and when we are going for the synchronous transmission, along with the clock, along with what? The starting and stopping. Okay, so we also need to include some additional error controls. Okay, so error control mm, information we need to maintain for each frame. So I can show you the format of how we are transmitting in the synchronous transmission. So synchronous transmission, we are going to include the control fields. Okay, so these control fields are used for the clock as well as error and flow control. Okay, so why we are, when it has to start and when it has to stop, so that we need to include. And this data field is going to include the bits. So what are the bits? How many? The block of bits we are transmitting, these block of bits we are going to consider as a frame. Okay, so the frame data we are going to have here, and we also must use the 8 bit. Here we are going to take it as what? 8-bit flag. Okay, so this is taken as what? The preamble and postumble. Okay, preamble and postumble. So preamble and postumble indicates, just like start and stop bits in the asynchronous transmission, here we are using what? 8-bit flag for the starting and the same 8-bit flag for the ending. Like how? Like if I am taking the flag as 010101, that is alternate 01s in 8 bits. So that I am taking as what? The flag. So whenever I find, so there are 8 bits, 01010101. So that will be taken as what? The start. Okay, then followed by the control fields and data fields, and at the end again I need to identify 01010101. So that is indicating what? End of the frame. Okay, starting and ending of the frame. So that has to start with the same flag bits and has to end with the same flag bits. And these will be taken as what? The data field. Okay, so that is what here I have mentioned. See, so frame starts with what? Preamble called a flag, which is of 8 bits long. The same flag is used as the postumble. Okay. What the receiver will do? The receiver will look for the occurrence of the flag. Okay. It has to look for the occurrence of the flag pattern to signal the start of the frame. So that means whenever it is identifying the first flag, it will be taken as what? The start of the frame. Okay, and the next followed by will be what? Control fields, and then error fields, and then whatever the data fields, and then again the same flag has to be occurred at the end. So that will be taken as what? The end of the flag. So that means we are adding 8 bits at the starting and ending. Okay, but how it is overcoming the overhead of the asynchronous transmission? Asynchronous transmission, per each character we are adding 3 additional bits. Okay, but here for the bulk of characters we are adding only some starting and ending 8 and 18. That is what 16 bits of additional preamble and postamble bits. Okay, so that means what, it is obviously less than 100 bits. But if you are going for asynchronous transmission, per each character you need to add additional bits. So this is how the synchronous transmission will overcome the overhead of the asynchronous transmission. Okay, the main difference what you have to understand between these two is asynchronous transmission, character by character. Okay, synchronous transmission, the bulk of characters. Okay, block of characters. Asynchronous transmission, one bit as start bit, one bit as stop bit, and one bit as parity bit. Coming to synchronous transmission, 8 bits preamble, 8 bits postamble, some additional control bits. And the data may consisting of what? The block of characters. That is what the main differences you need to identify. Okay. For each character, we need to transmit separately in asynchronous transmission, but bulk of characters will be transmitted in the synchronous transmission. So these are what the differences you can find out from the asynchronous transmission to synchronous transmission. Any doubt in this? Yes, students? Any doubt in the synchronous and asynchronous transmissions? So if you have no doubt,
No, ma'am.
okay, thank you. So there are 5 more minutes. Please post your attendance and you can leave the class. So next class we'll be seeing about error control. So where that is very, very important, error control. You can post your attendance in the chat box.